Paul McCartney, one of the most beloved and successful musicians in history, is often seen as the cheerful, optimistic Beatle known for his melodic genius, charming demeanor, and boundless creative energy. But behind the fame, fortune, and seemingly effortless talent lies a far darker and more painful story than many fans realize. From the trauma of losing his mother at age 14 to the emotional toll of global fame, fractured relationships, personal loss, and public scrutiny, McCartney's life has been marked by profound inner battles that shape the man and the music in powerful, often heartbreaking ways. Born in Liverpool in 1942, McCartney's childhood was shattered when his mother, Mary, died from breast cancer. Her sudden death left a gaping hole in Paul's heart and family life, and he later credited much of his songwriting with stemming from the pain of that loss. Songs like Let It Be, inspired by a dream of his mother, and Yesterday, one of the most covered songs in history, echo with longing and melancholy, belying the upbeat image Paul has often projected. As the Beatles rose to unimaginable heights in the 1960s, McCartney became a symbol of youthful exuberance and pop perfection. But behind the scenes, the intense pressure of global fame, creative competition within the band, and the burden of leadership began to take a toll. McCartney often felt alone within the group, especially during its turbulent final years. As John Lennon grew more distant and George Harrison sought his own voice, Paul was left to carry much of the band's momentum. His perfectionism and drive were misunderstood as control, causing friction and resentment. After the band's breakup in 1970, Paul fell into a deep depression, one so severe that he turned to alcohol and self-isolation. He has since admitted that he felt directionless, fearful, and emotionally broken after losing not just a band, but a brotherhood and identity. His attempt to find solace and a new creative path through his band wings was filled with challenges, including harsh critical reception, media mockery, and internal instability. Though he eventually proved himself beyond the Beatles, the journey was far from easy. McCartney also endured immense personal loss with the death of his wife and creative partner, Linda McCartney, in 1998. Their marriage had been a rare source of stability and love in his otherwise chaotic life, and her passing devastated him. Once again, he was plunged into grief, which he channeled quietly into his work, often masking sorrow with smiles in public. Later, his bitter divorce from Heather Mills played out under intense media scrutiny, further tarnishing his image and causing deep emotional stress. Even now, McCartney battles the weight of legacy, carrying the memory of Lennon, Harrison, and others lost along the way, while being expected to forever represent an era of hope and peace. Behind his tireless touring and upbeat interviews is a man who has spent a lifetime managing grief, anxiety, and the pressure of being a Beatle. The story of Paul McCartney is far darker than it appears at first glance. It is a story of survival, heartbreak, resilience, and the silent endurance of a man who, despite the smiles and songs, has spent decades quietly facing pain the world rarely sees.